The poem is called Wine Gums.
Hey! Awesome.
I used to love eating wine gums. After a while, though, I found that the different colours were fighting for my attention. One day, in an effort to curb this behaviour, I decided I'd eat a whole pack in one go. I choked on all the juice and saliva, and I died. So I don't eat wine gums anymore. This next poem is called Cat. It's another true story. A cat sat on my lap and wouldn't get off again. It was years before I realised it was dead, and by then so was I. A scientist came to reanimate our corpses, but by that time we were quite comfortable, so we didn't bother moving or even doing anything. I think the scientist was disappointed. Small collection I have. Okay, I'm going to do a very short poem and then quite a long one. The very short one is called Distracted. Distracted by the curve of her breast, I realise I haven't heard a word she just said. It's called Mabel. I used to be in a band with a farmer called John. Once when we'd gone for practice at his house, he showed me his ducks. He kept them in an air-conditioned barn where they each had a little bed. He went round and introduced me to each of them, taking their eggs while they were distracted by my pleasantries. They were all very friendly and chatty, except for one. That's Mabel, John told me. As you can see, Mabel is my most beautiful duck. But she is mute and never produces eggs. She looks great in photos, though, which is good for my promotional material. He smiled and gave her a wine gum. In a way, you know, I think she's my favourite of all. I wasn't sure if she understood what we were saying. We left the ducks and went into the house. After practice, as I was leaving, I heard a little psst. I looked around, but I couldn't tell where it had come from. Over here. Mabel was by the barn, motioning me towards her. I've got something to show you. All the other ducks were asleep. Mabel put her wing up to her beak. Don't wake them. Follow me. She took me over to her bed and moved it, revealing a small trap door underneath. She opened it and led me down some stairs. I thought you were mute. No, I just need him to think that. Why? Look over there. She was pointing to a corner of the room in which I saw an enormous pile of eggs. I don't know what they are. But I know they're mine, and he wants to take them from me. So I hide them down here. Why are you showing me? There are so many of them now. I don't know what to do with them. But I can't let him have them. I just can't. And you seem like a nice guy. Do you have any ideas? Yeah, I might actually. I took 3 of the eggs home with me and boiled them for 7 minutes. Once that was done, I painted pictures on them depicting stories I'd seen in the news. I showed them to an art dealer friend of mine who said they were amazing and he knew someone who'd buy them for like £12,000 each. Apparently it was the kind of thing the art world was crying out for right now. I went back a few days later to see Mabel and told her what I'd done. She seemed unsure at first, but she soon changed her mind when I gave her half of the money, and an assurance that this was the safest way to ensure they were away from John. She gave me 16 more eggs. I repeated the process. The set sold at auction for £1.2 million. The next year made us very rich. Then, one day, John phoned me saying Mabel had hung herself. She hadn't left a note. I went round right away. John was distraught and in floods of tears. As I put a hand on his shoulder to comfort him, I noticed on his mantelpiece an egg that I had painted with the death of Michael Jackson. Thank you very much.